Today I am so excited because we are hanging out at Tokyo DisneySea. I certainly could, but I'm not going to make this a 3-hour vlog. I'm just going to share some of the most interesting foods we tried and our favorite snacks. Yeah, I did it. I tried every single popcorn, our favorite rides, tips, and give a little perspective from someone who spends a lot of time in our parks here at home. First of all, we're going to take the Disney Resort line into the park unless you're staying at the Miracosta Hotel or Fantasy Springs Hotel, which has its own park entrance. This is very quick and easy from all the hotels over here. If you want more info about getting to the parks, I go into more detail in my last video, so be sure to check that out. And coming up is what the line looks like at about 9:45 a.m., 45 minutes after park opening. The parks here are known to have some pretty long lines, and this looks a bit overwhelming, but it actually moved pretty quickly. So this seems like a good time to talk a little bit about the app. You'll for sure need it if you want to say check out menus in English or mobile order. You will also need the app in order to book standby passes, 40th anniversary priority passes, or Disney Premier Access. Sounds a little confusing, but Disney Premier Access is the only one that you pay for. And that's going to be for the most popular attractions like Frozen, Tangled, or a special fireworks viewing area, and depending on availability, you'll be able to select your desired time. The 40th anniversary priority passes are free, but you cannot select what time you'd like. And I believe standby passes are just for merch or if the park is crazy busy. We didn't use this, but saw a super long line for Gotcha, and I think that might have been something you needed a standby pass for.
The weather here is perfect. It's like end of May, and I brought a hoodie. So perfect weather. There's like a light breeze.
The day I'm filming is a Friday, so hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of the crowd level. Quick vibe check, even though it was crowded, I will say that pretty much everyone was nice, everyone was in a great mood, really considerate of everyone around them. The cast was super friendly. I was already stoked to be there, but that just made it so much better. I really feel like we've been transported to another place. We are only at the beginning of the park and it is gorgeous. So now we're just inside the park entrance at the Mediterranean Harbor area. If you keep heading back this way to the right after you enter the park, you'll find Soarin' over in this section, which is pretty close to our version, but the ending's a little different. You'll also find our first popcorn flavor, black pepper. I zoomed in a little bit here, but this is the Duffy and Friends Colorful Happiness Journey. There are 3 different showtimes, and those are listed in the app.
I bought the tongs, and it has a cute little Mickey-shaped popcorn. My bag is 100% going to be overweight. I don't care. We also got the black peppercorn flavored popcorn. Once with my hands and then once with little hands. So it just tastes like black pepper, obviously, but... Oh, there's Pinocchio. I love that just characters will just pop up. I'm not even a big character person, but it's just kind of cool to see them like walk around in the park and all the kids get really excited. They work. It tastes so much better when you have tongs. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna do this for the next hour.
Up next, we're headed to Mysterious Island and into the heart of the big volcano. There was no way we could make it without checking out 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea or Journey to the Center of the Earth. I was a big Jules Verne fan as a kid, so I was pretty much beside myself. Again, I feel like the camera is not doing this justice. I really feel like I am an adventurer exploring a new land. Guys, can I just live here, please?
I'm steampunk now.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is a ride where you get into a little submarine and have an underwater adventure. I love the queue so much. I really feel like I fell down the rabbit hole and into the book. The ride was a little short, but we had so much fun. Couple of pro tips: I would try to sit in the front of the ride vehicle if you can. I think you'll have a little bit better vantage point, and I would be a little cautious if you're really claustrophobic. It is a little small and dark inside. Also, I get motion sick really easily, but I was totally fine. I wouldn't even rate this on the sickness scale. All that undersea adventure made us hungry, so it's time to head down for a snack. One of my favorite things about Japan in general is the plastic food on display, so you have a good idea of what you're gonna get. Enter the gyoza dog. The outside is a soft steamed bun, similar to a bao bun, and the inside is a pork and veggie filling. Not overly salty, but super delicious, didn't even need sauce, easy 5 stars.
This is actually part of the Food and Wine Festival, and I finally found a little booklet. I'm not sure what this is, but we're gonna try it. Looks weird, let's eat it. Chocolate? Maybe cacao nubs. If you've ever had cacao nubs, that's what I think it is. I love that they give you a little spoon for the fruit. Oh wow, it's like a big grapefruit. It's frozen. This isn't bad, it's not very sweet. The sparkling, you're getting a lot of carbonation. There's a little bit of the flavor from the grapefruit that you're getting. I do get some of that citrus. I don't know that the cacao nubs really add anything. I can taste the whiskey a little bit, but not very much. I think this was okay. I'd maybe give this like a 2.5, 3 out of 5.
I swear guys, it's hard to take a bad picture of this place. Even the churro cart is beautiful here. So a lot of the churros here for the most part seem to be a little different from what we have at home. The dough is different and both have fillings.
Potato churro. There's some kind of filling in here. I have no idea what it is. My curiosity has been rewarded. So these are nothing like churros we have at home. The churros we have at home are crunchy. It's almost like a mashed potato that's full of like a curry sauce that's been fried. 4 out of 5. They're pretty hot. I think as someone who comes from the land of the fried, I think they could have gotten a harder, crunchier, crispy outside on this. But this is delicious. If I was hungry and wanted a snack, I would come back here easy. Very good. Now I almost wish I'd gotten the shrimp sauce. I wasn't sure what the filling was though, and I feel like at home when we go to the parks, I'm always like, I didn't need the sauce. This might have warranted the sauce, so lesson learned for next trip.
After that adventure in eating, it's time for a little exploration. Journey to the Center of the Earth might be my new favorite ride of all theme parks. The lines can get long, so I'd recommend rope dropping or purchasing Disney Premier Access. The track is kind of like Radiator Springs Racers at DCA, but the theming is beautiful, the pacing of the ride is great, and the music is really cinematic. My one complaint, there was no ride-specific merch. Next up, we are headed to Mermaid Lagoon. This is pretty much an area with rides for small children, but even though this is for the kiddos, they did not skimp on theming. This is really well done, super immersive, and just joyful. There's a theater with a musical show, and a restaurant with some food and wine options. I love that these are shaped like starfish and sea urchins. For science, I obviously had to hop on the jellyfish ride, of course. Even if you didn't bring any littles with you when you visit, it's definitely worth at least coming in and taking a look. It is really hard to come in here and not smile right away. Right across the way is the Arabian coast, where you'll find the Caravan Carousel, which is beautiful, the Magic Lamp Theater, which is a 3D show, and the Casbah Food Court, which seems to have a lot of curry and tandoori options. You'll also find Sinbad's Storybook Voyage, which is a cute dark ride with small world type animatronics. And it was there that we stumbled upon Sultan's Oasis and our next snack. Don't be fooled by this normal looking churro, it is actually part of the Sultan Sundae.
Alright, I didn't see a description, but I think all I saw was what it's like, milk ice cream, and there's mango, there's a churro. Those definitely look like Cocoa Crispy Puffs. I'm hoping that's some kind of coffee jelly in the bottom, because coffee jelly is the best. And who knows, let's dig in and see what's in here. Pudding? Is that a pudding? I sure hope it is. You really taste the cinnamon. The mango is so good, like a thick mango nectar. They're like Cocoa Puffs, but they're crispier. And the ice cream's almost like if it's vanilla, had like a creamier flavor, a little lighter on the vanilla. Oh, that is jelly in the bottom. This is amazing. Not so chocolatey Cocoa Krispies and coconut chips, maybe a mango pudding. Here is a big old pineapple chunk.
This is a bunch of things you wouldn't think would go together, but they somehow work. Very yummy and definitely not a boring snack. We're gonna skip around a little bit here and head over to the American waterfront. Over in that area, you'll find rides like Toy Story Mania and Tower of Terror. You'll also find the SS Columbia, which is a giant ship that has a restaurant, lounge, and terrace. We headed over to the Cape Cod Cook-Off to see what sort of Duffy celebration snacks we could have.
We got the Duffy peach cake, the banana mousse, the pink part maybe raspberry, white chocolate shavings. It's hard to tell when things are mixed with other flavors. That's delicious. The banana at the bottom is just so good. Maybe that is pear.
Is it pear?
It's so hard because it keeps mingling with the banana. The banana is very banana, but it's delicious. I did terrible at this one. Whatever it is, it's delicious. Head for scale. Onto the cake. There's little pieces of like pink jelly in the layers of whipped cream. I wonder if they each taste different. It does actually taste like peach. Oh, the yellow one did taste a little bit like lemon. Is the green one melon? I don't think the whipped cream has any flavor. I think there's peach flavored jello pieces in between the whipped cream layer. This is delicious. I would definitely come get this 5 out of 5. No notes.
If you're here in time, there's a good amount of food festival items over here also. We also made a stop at Liberty Landing Diner.
This is really hot. It's like sweet and salty. I love this. It's really fresh. 5 out of 5. This is awesome. jelly cubes in the bottom. Let's call them Rice Krispie treats for now. I don't know what those are. We have these sweet potato pieces on the top. All right, the ice cream itself is just vanilla. It tastes like they took like a cookie cutter texturally and just punched out some sweet potato. I don't know if I'm really into the texture of this sweet potato, but the flavor of the sweet potato is amazing. It's very, very good. It tastes almost like a caramel. All right, let's see what these, they look like. I don't know. I'll call them Rice Krispies because I'm not sure. It's almost like if you were to take Rice Krispies, not a Rice Krispie treat, but Rice Krispies, and maybe toast them, mix them with some sort of like brown sugar. It's like lightly sweet, has a really good crunch. It's like a tater tot made out of just Rice Krispies jelly. It's very mildly sweet and it's a more firm gelatin, but honestly kind of mixed with the melted ice cream in the bottom kind of makes a nice dessert. Maybe 4 out of 5 because the consistency of the sweet potato I thought would be softer and would be more like a tater tot or something, but this is really good. For some reason it has a spoon in it. I don't know what's inside the bottom. It smells spicy. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like points because it's different. It tastes like if Hatch chili was a beer. I think the chilies are like on top. You can see the little pieces. I think my fault with this is I think the beer itself is not my favorite, but I like the accompaniments. It's kind of growing on me. The more I drink, the more I like it. It's not spicy, like, ow, my mouth burn. I don't think Hatch chilies are really spicy. Light sourness to the finish, but there's a complexity here that I think is actually really interesting. So most of the points come from, I think this is kind of just a cool mixture of things.
Look at that scallopy, buttery, salty goodness.
These are kind of salty though. These are much saltier than the other ones we've had. I'm tasting more salt than scallop. I wish it was a little hotter. Also, it's not all of them. It's almost like every other kernel. So like this one, like plain. This one, flavored. You know what this reminds me of? Like oyster sauce. There's like a light sweetness, a little saltiness. I would eat this again. This is that one, and that is that one. This is the beer set. I see a churro. I want to eat it. This seems like a little bit different texturally too, but this is the creme brulee churro. Also from the same place we got the beer at Port of Discovery. So this is served chilled. The inside is filled with creme brulee flavored custard. Texturally, it being chilled makes it like a tiny bit chewy, but the flavor is really good. 4 out of 5. This is the Yona Yona Biru. This tastes like an IPA. And like all IPAs, it tastes very orange piffy. It's still kind of mellow compared to a lot of the IPAs I've had before where it's almost too bitter. Number 2. Oh, I like the Kirin one a little bit better. It actually has a little bit of a smokiness to it. It's like almost like a smoky orange flavor. This Kirin is really good. I think this is the winner for me.
Now let's head over to Port Discovery. Aquatopia was one of our favorite rides just because it was so different from what we have at home. It's kind of like the water version of Mater's Junkyard Jamboree in DCA. I would recommend you ride this at night. It's super pretty. Up next is Seaside Snacks, where we'll be grabbing the Ukiwa bun.
This is so cute. I can't even. Look how happy Donald is. That's gonna be my face when I eat this. It's super hot. It's really good. The outside is really soft and pillowy. The inside, really well seasoned shrimp. This is awesome.
Also in this area is the Nemo and Friends Sea Rider, which is a super cute 4D theater style experience where you shrink down and hang out with all your favorite characters. We had fun, but I did get a little motion sick. This is probably a 3 on my pucometer. Over in the Lost River Delta portion of the park, you'll find some character meet and greets, an Indiana Jones Crystal Skull themed ride, and Raging Spirits, which is a coaster. Unfortunately, both of these rides were down while we were at TDR, but now we'll just have an excuse to go back. Also over in this neck of the woods, or jungle, is the Yucatan Base Camp Grill.
So we got vegetable curry. That definitely looks like not a vegetable, but I could be wrong. We got the Kirin Stout, which looks really good. Obviously we had to get the little green mint. We got the chef special, and this is salmon, shrimp, and scallops. I'm not quite sure what the sauce is, but it looks like it comes with vegetables and for some reason cheese. It's like a tropical pisco cocktail.
So surprisingly, we would not recommend the vegetable keema curry bowl. Beware if you're a vegetarian, this is not not an option for you despite the name. The beef was bland, the veggies were good, but there was very little sauce. This is a skip.
Yeah, that's like a chowder. That's so good. Fish is cooked pretty good. It's not overcooked. This like chowder is really good. I didn't think I would like it having cheese in it. Usually not a big fish and cheese person. If I had one complaint, it would be that the vegetables are a little bit overcooked. And I think this was maybe, compared to some of the other things we've eaten, slightly more expensive. But I would recommend this.
This sparkling cocktail was light, refreshing, and has a nice fruit flavor. There's little pieces of pineapple, and the rosemary is a nice aromatic element. But I wouldn't rush over here for this.
The beer is really good though. This stout is really tasty. Probably like a 5 out of 5. Delicious. Get into the little green mint.
When you order the little green dumplings, you'll get a set of 3, and each one has a different filling inside.
The chocolate one's pretty good. It's more of a chewier mochi. Let's play mochi roulette. Well, I think I like the strawberry one better. We gotta rank them. What is that game they play on like Hell's Kitchen? Usurp the Throne? I have no idea what it's called. Last little buddy, vanilla. This vanilla tastes more like, kind of like vanilla pudding. 4 out of 5 overall. Strawberry, chocolate, vanilla.
Now we are finally off to Fantasy Springs, the newest addition to Tokyo DisneySea. At the front of the land, you'll find a Peter Pan themed area with a restaurant, roast beef flavored popcorn cart, Captain Hook's ship, a Tinkerbell ride on a little track where you help her deliver packages throughout Fairy Valley. You'll also see Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure. This can get a pretty long line, so we purchased a Disney Premier Access Pass. In terms of the ride itself, it's almost like Ratatouille. You get 3D glasses and you'll be in a trackless ride vehicle. This was one of the funnest rides in the park, just super well done. A great mix of 2D and 3D elements. I did get a little bit queasy toward the end, so I'll give this 2 nauseous Laurens. As you go deeper into Fantasy Springs, you'll eventually run into the Fantasy Springs Hotel. We really tried to book this, but they were totally full, and even the vacation packages were sold out. Again, I feel like the camera just isn't doing this justice. It is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. It feels like you're walking around in a fairy tale. The level of detail here is insane. I literally never thought I could love rocks this much. And we've got a princess sighting, 2, and a prince. If you're someone who's into characters, you'll love this place. If you're on the lookout for merch, there's a ton of special items you won't find in our parks at home. I will say, as cute as the shirts are, I feel like the screen printing on most of them won't really hold up to being washed more than once or twice. If you head across the way, you'll discover the Kingdom of Arendelle, and this little village really makes me feel like we've been transported. Kind of reminds me of Saban, California, if you guys have ever been there. You'll find a couple of different restaurants over here and the Frozen attraction. This is not like the Frozen ride we have at Epcot, so I was excited to try it, but unfortunately the ride was also down while we were here. But didn't they do an amazing job on Elsa's Ice Castle? Over next to the Snuggly Duckling, you'll find the Rapunzel's Lantern Festival ride. I never saw the wait drop below an hour, so if you're pressed for time like us, I would recommend either rope dropping or purchasing DPA like we did. If you do purchase DPA and have a variety of times to choose from, I would suggest trying it out at night. It's really beautiful. The attraction itself is a slow-moving boat-type ride. The boat is kind of like Pirates or Small World, so you'll be sitting with other people. It is a really cute ride, but it was kind of short. So a few last tips before I go with some evidence of how beautiful the park is at night. The park is beautiful during the day, but honestly transforms into something magical at night, so maybe revisit areas of the park just to experience it. Next, you'll be doing a lot of walking, so of course now is not the time for fashion wedge sneakers. If you want to buy souvenirs, do it earlier in the day because it can get pretty crowded right before the park closes. Things will sell out and they will shut down the registers if it's after closing time. Everywhere here accepts credit cards, so you won't need to worry too much about having cash unless you want to keep some change available for the gotcha machines. The food here, even in the app, does not really have descriptions. If you have concerns or dietary restrictions, you'll need to ask a cast member. And lastly, aside from maybe a few cast members, almost everyone here speaks English, so if that's something that's stressing you out, don't be nervous. Overall, we had some of the best theme park experiences and cast member interactions that we've had at any park. We ate lots of delicious food, a lot of which was a pretty good value, and left the park with a big smile on our faces. We cannot wait to come back. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys if you're planning a trip. If you want to see where we stayed or any of my other adventures in Japan, be sure to check out the other videos in this playlist. I'll see you guys next time. Go forth, be kind, be creative.